Well, hi guys, it's George from Cyprus Insight. Today it's time to garden. It's October the 17th, I do believe. Still hot, but not too hot. Ideal for gardening. And we're in the front garden today. I will show you the back garden and show you what we're going to do at the back garden, but today we're at the front garden. And I'm going to update you what I've done so far. I'm not going to do time lapse and all that stuff. Just going to update you, and then we'll carry on through, stop the camera, and then show you our continuation. So first of all, the other day I cut this tree right back. It was really high, right at the top there, right up to that roof. I've cut it right back and I want it to bush up. So throughout the winter it'll probably grow a little bit and become a big round bush. That's perfect. And then it's away from this wall. Last year I cut this part here because that was touching the wall, quite dangerous. So that's been cut right back this year. It's going to become a ball. This is the arch, did many years ago. I'm going to trim that back. I bought a new trimming machine. Where is it? There it is. There we are. It's a strimmer at the end of a pole, and you press the button down there. I thought it's a great idea. I'm quite pleased with it. It's electric, which I prefer. I don't want the battery ones. The battery runs out all the time. But it doesn't cut really thick branches. It's not too bad. It does work in certain places. I'll show you where I'm going to use it the most. On this olive tree, I want to get up the top there, but can you see that branch at the top? It's really thick. I don't think it's going to cut that. Anyway, I can trim it right back really fast, and that'd be that. But I can't trim this orange tree, so it's too thick, so I've still got to get the ladder out, but still, there we are. And I can trim the top bit. It's quite heavy as well. There's the arch, the bamboo arch. I did that some time ago. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll stop the camera. I'll trim the orange tree. I'm not sure where to take this branch away from the fish. You know what? I think I might just tidy it up, make it nice and square. And I've got to get the trimming machine on there, or the strimmer. Trim that back as well. Right, let's turn the camera off now. I'll do that and then turn the camera back on and show you the mess. And I'm cutting down some of these oranges, but it doesn't matter, there's only a few. I've left most of them on the tree. And can you see this branch? Look, it's going round here. That's a bucket that keeps all the electrics for the fish tank. And it kind of hitting the fish tank here, and it goes across here on the top, and it's part of this branch. So if I'm going to cut this down, I think I'm going to cut it right down here, but I'm going to have to find somewhere for the bucket to hang, or maybe on this branch. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut that away. It's in the way. Slowly and surely I'm getting there, getting nice and straight round here. I think I'll get the chairs out of the way, clear this area so I can tidy up. Oh, that's much better, but I've dropped the bucket with all the electrics. There we are. Can you see it's got a hole in the bottom? All the electrics go through there, and inside the bucket you've got the pumps and the electrics and bits and pieces for the fish tank. And when it rains, it doesn't go into the bucket. I'll show you when I pick it up. I think I'm going to put it here. The only problem is we've got this bamboo growing in the fish tank and I don't want it to have too much light. Mind you, it's not too bad, is it, guys? And it's winter now, or autumn. I think they'd be alright. Yeah, I'm going to leave it, it'll be fine. We've got to tidy all this up anyway. Right, let's get on with it. This is the filter. It's an old barrel, if you haven't seen previous videos. So what happens is we've got a submergible pump in the fish tank. Comes out of here, through the ultraviolet light, down here, up through the filter, and then just drops with a bigger pipe into the fish tank. And then when you want to clean out the filter, you just undo the top of the barrel, take out your material, clean it, or put some fresh stuff in there, and it's easy, it's done. Don't have to disturb anything. I think before I go any further, I've got to tidy up. I've got the trailer at the front here. There it is, right in the road. They're the big branches. They can go last on top and be tied down. I'm going to cut down this olive tree or trim it and put those leaves and branches first on the trailer, as they're going to be small. Tidy up this fish tank, it's a mess. Take some algae off the front of the glass, and I've already cable tied the bucket. Can you see it's all a mess in there? So I've got to tidy all that up. We've got the air pump, we've got the connections for the ultraviolet in there, and there should be another connection. Oh, of course, the submergible pump. So I've got 3 connections in there. There's the lid, but I want to clean this area here and the fish tank before I go any further. Well, we'll do that. I've done this orange tree here. It's marmalade oranges, so I'm not really bothered about losing some oranges. Anyway, they'll probably grow better by cutting a few off. Now I've got to trim this lemon tree a little bit at the top and on the side, and then that's it. Switch the video off, switch it back on when I've tied it up. See you in a bit. What an absolute mess. Tied it up round here anyway. That's better, isn't it? Oh, it needs a bit more. Get the broom. And I've covered up the fish tank, because when I trim all these bushes and the olive tree, I don't want it all going in the fish tank. Let's go around the front of the house onto the pavement. There's the trailer ready to be loaded. Step over here. I don't want to put those big branches yet, as I explained earlier. Now look at this, guys. What a mess in this bucket. What a mess. Look at that. Let's get that sorted out. I have got a new air pump anyway, and I think the old one's pretty had it. So let's get everything out, tied it up in there, and then put the lid back on. Yeah. So we've got all the plugs in here. Now I've got dry hands, and as you can see, I've put a kind of old plastic grill, and that keeps all the electrics, well, it's supposed to keep all the electrics away from the bottom, because if some water did get in there, then it won't sit in the electrics, it'll just run down, and as I saw before, a big hole in the bottom. So it's very, very safe. Right, let's unplug that and tidy up. So we want these branches out of the way. Just one or two, I think. The fish tank's covered up. There's the filter. Actually, if I step on this stepping stone, see if it's clean in there. Yeah, cleaned it the other day. Not this fluffy stuff. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Look. Ooh. That is pretty grubby. I'll clean that later. I use this spongy stuff that I find in old furniture. I'll go down the dump and throw away bits and pieces. If there's an old settee or cushions or pillows, I'll take this foamy stuff out, this fluffy stuff, whatever you call it, polyester, and I use it for the fish tank. I just take it out every few weeks, throw it away. I mean, it's thrown away anyway in the first place, wasn't it? So I throw it away and I just put fresh stuff in. There you are. You can see the water coming out. That's coming out of this pipe here. It's been through the ultraviolet, being filtered. There's more media, they call it media, don't they, on the bottom. That stays in there all the time. That's carbon and all sorts of bits and pieces in there. Right, we'll do that in a minute actually. Let's just put that back, shall we? One thing at a time. Let's sort out this bucket. It's a real mess. Oh, that's making nasty noise. There you go. Right, I've changed my mind, as you might have noticed, on the bucket location, that hanging here on this bracket here. It's much better, isn't it? Look, everything's on one side. That's much neater. Take that off, if it comes off. I think it was full of chlorine before, the swimming pools. I cleared it out, don't worry. That was quite a few years ago. Alright, that's neater, isn't it? Alright, that can go with the rubbish here on the floor. Loads of rubbish. Clean down there. Much tidier inside the bucket. There's the new air pump. Looks like everything's working. Ultraviolet's working. New air pump. I've only got one airline working. We don't need many. Yeah. Oh, very powerful. Very nice. Right, leave that there. That can bubble away. Now what's our next job? That's all covered in at the moment. We'll work on the fish tank in a minute. I think we've got to do this lemon tree. We've got to trim this lemon tree so this side's all done. And then we'll get our new machine out. Do the olive tree and the arch. Then we need to super tidy up. Right, I'll see you in a bit. I'll tell you what guys, it takes seconds to trim a bush or tree down with this machine. It's brilliant. I've got it at an angle now, 90-degree angle. I've done the top. The only trouble is it's quite heavy and I've only got one extension on it. That's enough height, but you do get a belt with it. Let me show you. Oh, it's a mess, isn't it? I did have it over here somewhere. There it is, underneath the orange tree. There, I've adjusted the belt as much as I can, or harness, and then there's a clip on the machine, but I think that clip's in the wrong place. That clip is down there. I can put the harness over my neck and hold the machine. I'm going to do that. I'll get a 10mm spanner. What's on the other side? 10mm again. I'll undo that and put it down on the bottom. That'd be much better. Anyway, I've done the olive tree. Look, I've done that in seconds. Of course, it's the tidying up, isn't it? It takes a long time, but it didn't take long at all, especially when you do the top. Put the angle on the machine there, and then you just hold it up like that and takes the top off. And as I said, there is another extension. You can even make that higher. Let's take that bracket off. I'm not happy with that. Get that down there, and then we can do these arch. Let's do that. Look at these oranges and lemon trees, all trimmed back now. The only trouble is we're going to get a lot of light on the fish tank, and that would encourage the algae. We have got the UV filter. Oh, look at the fish. They want to see what's going on. Okay, a moment, I'll show you. Right, let's continue on. You might have noticed another bucket or two There's one here, that's holding the electrics. There's a hole on the bottom, same as the other one but much bigger. And then we've got another filter bucket, and this is all for the tank indoors. I'll show you that later. I've got a massive UV filter for it. Basically there's a submergible pump in the tank indoors. It gets sucked out of the fish tank, comes up this pipe through the UV filter up into this bucket full of stuff to make it clean, including the cushion stuff. Let's open it up, it might need cleaning out. I did it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, look, could do with cleaning out. There we are. Okay, and it comes out of there and a big pipe and goes through the wall back into the tank. Now if you're doing a water change or you're cleaning out the tank, whatever you're doing, you can do it out here. Basically there's a valve down here with a T. There's a T there. There's the valve. Let's get this muck out of the way. You can just about see it there. Open the valve, that'll let the water out of the fish tank, and then you can get a hose pipe, put it in here, close the valve, and you can do a water change without even going indoors. And all you need is a hole in the wall. There's a hole. Easy, isn't it? And then you've got the electrics out here as well, and the air pumps. You see the air pipes going indoors, so you haven't got that constant buzzing indoors. Everything's out here, keeps everything neat and tidy. Right, let's continue on. What we do next? Oh yeah, moving the bracket. Remove the bracket, and then I'm going to trim this arch, and after that I want to do all the earth. I want to rake everything over, tidy it up. I'm going to sweep everything to the roadside near the trailer and load it up, go down the dump. What's the plan now? Well, what we're going to do, we've got the rake and the broom, and we're going to start on the fish tank side. We've trimmed all the bushes. That took a best part of 30 seconds with that machine. Everything's trimmed now. I want to, as I say, start from this end. Oh, a bit of shade, lovely. I can do with some more shade really. Never mind. I'll start here, as I say, and tidy up these money plants. And we've got some, are they called suckers? The ones that grow on the bottom. I'm going to clean them up and slowly clean up the floor as well. Work up my way down towards the arch over there. Fill up these buckets. Take the buckets round to the trailer and dump them on the trailer. So let's start on this side. As I say, work our way through. As we're working our way through, we can see some of these old branches on the money tree there. See, like this is what I'm going to be doing, just tidying everything up as we go along. Start at the top, push everything down and rake everything out. I've got some old rocks down there, I don't want them anymore. There's some excess earth over there as well on the left hand side, and some more of those suckers, and get them cut away. Get this place really neat and tidy. Right, I'll see you in a bit. There we are, nice and neat and tidy. That's all square thanks to our new machine. All the bushes are cut away, and we've created another problem. There's too much sunlight straight onto that tank. That's not good. But I've got some of this green meshing left over from the carport, and I'm going to put it across here. Perfect solution. Let me show you the carport. We'll be moving on to the carport later. There, you see the green meshing all across. Gives you lots and lots of shade. And if you're ever buying this stuff, don't buy the coloured stuff, cream, blue, whatever colour. Do not buy that, guys. It's not very strong. It will deteriorate in the sun. But this green stuff lasts for years. And as you can see, we've even got a curtain there. I acquired this bit of metal off Facebook. I think it was on a garden wall. You can see the brackets. It's very, very sturdy. And then I put it right across and got rid of the post. There was a post here, it was in the way. And then we've put a bit of wire on the top to support it. So there you are. There's your carport. Perfect. We have to trim these bushes down a little bit, and I'm going to encourage them to grow over the green stuff, and then eventually you can get rid of the green stuff if you want to. There we are. Right, let's go and put the green stuff, netting, whatever it's called, over the fish tank. What I'm going to do is screw it onto the fence and then put a curtain or some sort of wire going across here and make it like a curtain. Always try and make it like a curtain and it won't rip. If you stretch it and put screw holes or holes in it, it will rip. And try to use these black bits, the end bits. They're super strong. Right, that's the next project. Let's see how we get on, and then we'll continue tidying up this section here, which is a bit of a mess, isn't it? But it's looking good so far. Slowly moving on, one section at a time. Got to clean the tank here. We've got lots of lovely shade. Let me show you. Let's get back a little bit. That works really well. There we are. That serves two purposes. Lots of shade for the fish so we don't get too much algae, and it prevents all the leaves and debris going into the fish tank. Got to tidy all this up now. Actually, three purposes. It stops a lot of sun going onto the bamboo. They don't like a lot of sun. So there we are. You can sit here. We'll put the chairs back. With a cup of tea. Sit down. Loads of shade here, guys. Look at that. Wonderful. Let's just sit down for a minute. You can see the olive tree is now square thanks to our new machine. That was really easy to cut, especially at the top. The trees on the left are trimmed back. Lots of shade for our fish tank. The bucket's all tidy right in the corner there. All the electrics are tidy inside. We still haven't done the bubble at the moment. We've got a little bubble diffuser. Is it a diffuser? Something like that. And we've got a bigger one for that, so we're going to change that in a minute. Oh, we have to do the filters on the fish tank as well, don't we, guys? We'll do that later on, I think. So this section is nearly complete. We've got plenty of shade here if you want to sit on either chair from the trees. The money trees have been clipped back, and don't throw away any money trees, guys. Oh no, we've replanted them, some over there, some here, some on my right. Anyway, show you that later on. Moving on. Oh, let's have a sip of tea first. Oh, delish. We'll go on to the next section. This is the arch that's been trimmed down. That's been swept. The next section is the carport section. There's the cars. There's another 2 cars here if we need. And we need to tidy up this section here. This is where we cut the tree down, and we're hoping for it to bush up throughout the winter. There's lots of leaves down there, lots of tidying up to do around there. We had the old meter here at the front. We've moved that now. We had lots of pipes burst, So we've moved the meat at the far end of the back garden and re-plumbed the whole of the house. That runs at the back now. Right, that was done ages ago. Okay, so this section now, then we're going to sweep everything into the pavement, onto the pavement here, and then straight onto the trailer. We can go to the dump and we can get the hose pipe out. There we are, guys, all finished. Come and have a look around. We've replanted some of these money trees. It's the cuttings off the edge here. We've done the olive tree, that's nice and square. We've got loads of shade for the fish. The fish have been fed. The tank's nice and clean now. We've got lots of oxygen going into the tank. The filters are lovely and clean. We've cleaned all the floor. We've raked over the soil. There's some more money plants over there that have been replanted, or cuttings that have been planted. Here on this side it's all neat and tidy. Everything looks good. Let's go out the front. There we are, all straight and tidy. Let's go to the carport. We haven't done a lot on the carport, but we're getting there. I've put some supports for some of these plants that are going to be overgrown, and we need to trim them back at the top there. We'll do that another day, but we've done very well. I think it's looking spectacular. What do you think, guys? Well, a good day's work. I think we should sit down here and relax for a minute. There we are. Oh, wonderful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's somewhere you'd like me to go, put it in the comments below.